So real quick, we're going to talk about the emergence cycle. So this is, for curriculum, it's on yellow belt for the first stripe. And it's going to be quick. We're only going to talk about it for a few minutes. So if you already know this, then this will just be a quick review. And Luna, this is your first stripe. So there's a basic process you want to do in an emergency. This is any emergency. It doesn't matter if there's a bear, there's someone grabbing you, there's a fire, whatever it is. And that process is notice, plan, do, repeat. So you notice what's going on, you make a plan on how to deal with it, you do your plan, and then you repeat. And for step one, when you're noticing, there's specific stuff you want to notice. So if the house is on fire, noticing that there's a bike over here, probably not super relevant. Or noticing that that heavy bag is blue, not super relevant. But noticing that I've got a water bottle over here, or that my dog is right there, that's pretty useful stuff. So first thing you want to notice what's dangerous. So what is the danger or dangers? A lot of people get hurt in dangerous situations by like running into stuff, or they run into traffic or fall down some stairs or trip over something and get hurt. So first you want to know what's dangerous. Then you want to notice stuff you can use. It includes, in this description, stuff includes people that might be helpful. So anything that might be helpful, and then ways you can get out. So if there's an earthquake, you probably want to try and get out of the house. If there's a flood, you might want to get in the house, or maybe it's a lightning storm, you might want to get inside. Okay, so those are the things you notice. Then you might make a plan or a bunch of plans. I might go, okay, there's a fire, I'm going to put it out with this water, or I'm going to grab my dog and I'm going to run. And then step three is pick one of those plans and then do it. And step four, is your plan working? If it is, great, keep doing it. If it worked, stop doing it because you're done. And if it isn't working, then what you want to do is go back to step one. What's going on now? What's dangerous? What can I use? Where can I go? And then make a new plan or a couple of plans, and then do one of those plans. And keep on doing that until you're safe, or I guess you're done for some other reason, which is a more unfortunate outcome. All right. So that's yellow belt, first stripe. Thought we'd cover that real quick. We're going to do a couple different things. We're going to quickly, at the end of class, we're going to run through the first two forms. We're going to run through Iljong, we're going to run through Samjong. Then, in between now and then, we're going to run through some elbow strikes. So for senior yellow belts, all those elbow strikes are super helpful for self-defense. And in between, we're going to do a little bit of rolls and break falls. So we're going to just do a little bit of everything today. Starting off with elbows, we're going to run through all the 8 Krav Maga elbow strikes. So you're just going to stand here, like our Wing Chun fighting stance. You're just standing here, hands are up, and inside elbow strike, boom, elbow comes across. And if you can see yourself in the camera, boom, you can just elbow across your own head. So turning your hips, notice my belt is swinging. So that's inside elbow strike. Okay, inside elbow strikes. Okay, that's inside. Outside is they're coming from my sides, bam. Usually going up to the head, boom. You might be going down lower, but outside comes across your body. It's going that way, but I go over here first, boom. And I'm exaggerating the windup. You can just turn your hips into it, but you don't want to go this way because maybe your friend's behind you. You want to get this guy over here, or lady, terminate on my attackers. So that's inside and outside. Now, what happens if they come up behind you? Okay, well, option one, elbow to their face. And this one, man, it's hot and sweaty, boom, elbow to the head. So I'm coming, imagine they're grabbing right under your arms. So if you go straight back, you're gonna hit their arms. So you wanna go up, bonk, onto the nose. Boom, 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 boom. So high rear elbow strike. I can also go low. Now imagine they're grabbing over my arms, boom, elbow down, right in the gut. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Low elbow strike. So if I add those, I've got in, out, high rear, low rear. Other side, in, out, high rear, low rear. Okay, now I've got 2 that go up. I've got a rear up one that goes up when they come up and grab me from behind. Boom, straight up. Boom, boom. It's like you're pretending to be a puppet. Boom. Elbow goes straight up under their chin. Then coming up in front, it's like an uppercut or a palm heel to the chin. elbow comes up. And notice when I do this, my thumb is pointing down like I'm doing a boxing cover, like a side cover. Okay, so if I add those on, I've got in, I've got out. I've got high rear, I've got low rear, I've got rear rising, I've got front rising. Other side, same thing. In, out, high rear, low rear, rear rising, front rising. Okay, last. I've got two more that go to the front. These are a little bit more rare and specialized, but they're still good to know. Driving. So it's a battering ram. Driving, this is especially good if they pick you up. Boom, boom. Driving your elbows into them. And then dropping, this is someone's going to tackle me. Boom. Drop my arm down on the back of their head and jam their head away from me. Boom. Boom. So this is T-Rex fighting. T-Rex elbows. Boom. 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 So now if we add those, then we've got 8. Yes, I like the T-Rexes. Okay. In, out. Martial arts is serious business. Don't ever do that. In, out. High rear, low rear. Rear rising, front rising, driving, dropping. Other side. In, out. High rear, low rear. Rear rising, front rising, driving, dropping. Okay. Now we've been through them all. We're going to run through it 3 more times. Each one we're going to go a little bit faster. If you can't keep up at the end, don't worry about it. We're going to be going really quick. Okay. In, out, high rear, low rear, rear rising, front rising, driving, dropping. Other hand. In, out, high rear, low rear, rear rising, front rising, driving, dropping. Okay, let's go about twice that fast. In, out, high rear, low rear, rear rising, front rising, driving, dropping. Other side. In, out, high rear, low rear, rear rising, front rising, driving, dropping. Okay, now we're gonna see how fast we can do those. Ready? In, out, high rear, low rear, rear rising, front rising, driving, dropping. Other side. In, out, high rear, low rear, rear rising, front rising, driving, dropping. Okay, now try it once on your own. If you don't have them, you can just do it with me or go on your own. When you're ready, go. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so that's elbow strikes. And that is on ours, it's senior yellow belt. But let's move on and let's do a little bit of forward and backward rolls. These are good to review. This is one of the few things I've used in self-defense several times, tripping and falling to avoid getting hurt. And remember, the ground is in some ways the scariest enemy because it's always around you, unless you're an astronaut, which case you actually have bigger problems than gravity. Ground is the most persistent danger you're probably going to be in, because no matter where you are, you have gravity. So, forward rolls. Starting off, if you're really good at these, then we're not going to spend too long because all of you guys have done rolls before, but we'll break it down step by step, and then I'll talk about some ways you can make it better. So I have one knee down, one knee back. I put my shoulder next to my knee, I lift my back foot, and then I push off the ball of my foot. If your toes aren't tucked under, it's gonna be very hard to make this work. Kick over. Okay, so if you have that down, most people have one shoulder that's really good and one shoulder that's not as good. So if you still wanna practice those, just do that side and smooth it out. If not, do the other side, knee, shoulder next to your knee, lift your back foot, push, toes under, kick up, push over. Okay, a couple things you can do to smooth that out. One thing you can do is, as you're going over, shove this arm backwards, and that'll make the roll speed up and make you pop up faster. So that's one, you can try that on both sides. So again, all I do is at the last second, right as my weight is going to my shoulder, I pull my arm backwards to help myself pop up faster. So try that once or twice. So again, right as your weight is going onto it, shove it backwards like you're trying to reach down between your feet. One of the main things to do a forward roll, make sure your head doesn't touch. Head doesn't touch the ground. Oops. So your head goes off to the side. It's like the spoke on a wheel. Another way I can do this is like this. So I've taught forward roll a bunch of different ways because everybody learns a little differently and it's really hard to get. So see, I've got this wheel. My head is the spoke of the wheel or the axle of the wheel. So my head sticks off to the side. So at no point in the roll do I have to worry about my head hitting. So you want to make sure if your head is on the ground, you're going to go over it and you're going to have a headache, especially if you are doing this on a hardwood floor, which is where I learned it. So if you think of your arms like a big wheel, then you can even do multiple of them. Because you're just rolling on this wheel. Okay, so if you want to just keep on doing regular forward rolls, you can do that. Or you can go to standing. On standing, I'm going to do about the same thing, but instead of going down right next to my foot, I'm going to aim forward a little bit. General rule is, yeah, Luna, that was nice. Just like flying across the screen. So whatever my distance is from my belly to the ground, that's about the same distance forward I want to be. So when I'm kneeling, my belly is this far from the ground, so I'm going to put my shoulder over here. If I'm standing, my belly is this far, so I'm going to put my shoulder here. And all I can do is just starting off when you're first doing it, is I make this double wheel. So my hands overlap, tuck my head to the side, and then just tip forward, making sure you don't lose this rounded wheel. If you lose that, you're gonna fall on your head, and it's not very pleasant. So I make my double wheel, stand, lean forward, put my hands a little ways in front of my foot, make sure my head is off to the side, and do not lose this wheel or you're gonna land on your head. So I lift my back foot, I tip forward, roll. Okay, let's move on to backwards roll. Backwards roll, I'll show it from different sides. Got my arm out, whichever arm is out, I'm gonna kick my leg over that side. And one way to think about this is, right now I've got this nice line on the mat. I'm gonna try and kick backwards and put my foot on that line that it started on straight behind me. I make sure my head goes away from the line because I'm going over that line, so I want my head away from it, and I keep this arm out. And then I just go over enough. Here's that line I started on, I end on that same line. And then you can just turn around and go over the other side. So wherever your line is, even if it's imaginary, you've got your line. I'm gonna kick my foot backwards onto that line behind me. I'm gonna have my arm out, and I wanna kick hard with my head off to the side away from the line. Okay. If you are still working on backwards roll, you can try that. If you feel like you have them down pretty well, we'll go to standing. So when I go to standing, and again, ignore this if you're not ready for it, just do practice a couple more regular rolls. But if I'm standing, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cross one foot behind, and the thing to remember is this leg in front, that's the side I'm gonna go over. So I'm just gonna drop down to kneeling, and then it's just about the same. Whichever side I'm going over, kick over that side, and over. And then you can turn around and do the same thing. So again, whichever side I'm rolling on, that's the front foot, cross the other one behind, drop down, roll back up. Okay, let's just do one more backwards roll, however you're doing it, standing or on the ground. So one more time. Nice, Sunny. That was great. Okay, all right. So, let's do this. Facing me, can you take a 1 minute break and come back, and we're gonna run through forms a little bit and do a little bit of standing up real quick. So 1 minute break, if you need a quick drink or run to the bathroom. And head on back. All right, got half a compliment. Looks like we have Luna and got Sunny, got Liz, Yeah, Simeon, I don't know if Blake and Marin are here because I'm just seeing the ceiling, but hopefully they're here. Okay, let's do this. Let's run through the first, we'll run through Iljong and Samjong real quick because that's yellow belt and senior yellow belt forms. We'll just do each one twice, once nice and slow, then once a little bit faster. And if you've got it the second time, you can just go on your own. Even if you don't need to know Samjong yet, if you're not a senior yellow belt yet, you can still learn it. And then we'll finish up, because we'll see how much that time takes, and then we'll finish up with some standing stuff. And I think what we're gonna do, well, we've done a bunch of practicing the correct ways of standing, the martial arts ways of standing. We're gonna do a couple fun ways of standing up that are not martial arts useful necessarily, but kind of fun to do. Okay, so take Iljong. Again, we're just gonna do it twice. Chumbi, nice and slow, and take Iljong. First thing, turn to the left, protect your left leg. Step forward, punch. Right leg walks backwards, turn in place, goes down, protects your leg. Left leg walks forward, that side punches. Take your left leg, giant sliding step to the front, protect it, and punch. Other hand comes up, punches you in the ear, right foot steps up, turn towards the arm that's out, hit it, it falls down. Now, walk forward one step, other hand punches. Walk backwards one step, turn in place, that arm turns to a block at the last second. Walk forward one step, other hand punches. So right foot, left hand. Take your front foot, giant sliding step to the front, block, and punch. Step up, turn towards that arm, lift it up, protect your head. Back foot, right foot, kick, and land that same side that kicks punches. Walk backwards, that arm swings up, protects your head. Back foot, kick, same side, punch. String tied from your hand to your foot. Pick up your left foot, swing it to your right, back towards where you started, front stance down block, step, punch, hop, and then paro. Open, turn in place, step backwards. Okay, if you have it on your own, or if you have it, you can do it on your own. And if you want to try a challenge, try doing it backwards. So if you have it really well, if you don't have it really well, don't do that because it'll mess it up. But doing it backwards means I do it in reverse. Kick, then I go punch, block, and then from here I go punch, block, and then I go here, block, punch, and then I go punch, block, paro. So you can try that. Or just do it with me, and we'll go a little bit faster. So chumbi, we're gonna go the regular way. Take Iljong, and turn to the left and block, step and punch them. You walk backwards, they kick you in the leg, protect your leg, step forward, punch them. Stretch out your leg, they come to kick you, protect and punch. Go to scratch your head, like why are all these people attacking me? You look over here, someone comes to kick you in the belly, knock their foot away, step forward and punch them. Walk away, you turn, accidentally knock their kick away, walk forward, other one punches. Stretch out your front foot, protect it and punch. And you step up, you think you're done, you turn to the side, they come to chop you in the head, protect your head, kick them in the head, punch them in the belly. Walk away, they go to chop you in the head on this side, protect your head, kick them in the head, punch them in the belly. Now you're so tired from that form, you have a string tied to your foot, pick it up, swing it back towards where you started, put it down, giant step, pow, and then paro, open, turn, step backwards. Okay. Wait for everybody to finish up. Yep, good. All right. Nice work, good. So there we go. Let's move on to Samjong. And if you are senior yellow belt or higher, then this is one of the forms you need to know. Chumbi. Again, we'll go nice and super slow, especially because some of you might not have done this before, and then we'll go a little bit faster. So first thing I do, turn to my left, just like the first one, and down block, just like Iljong. Then I'm gonna do a snap kick. When I land, the same side that kicked punches, then the other one punches. I walk backwards, just like an Iljong, protect my front leg. Back foot, kick, same side that kicked punches, other side punches. So left and right. Open that hand that's out, bring it back like you're saluting. Turn to the front. This one attacks you, chop him in the neck. Close that one, open the other one, chop to the neck again. Now, start to walk forward. You look over here, someone's coming to your left. Land a back stance, you're going stop. You don't have to hurt them, but they don't stop. So you change your stance, punch them with the other hand. Now you look the other way, here comes somebody else, pick up your back foot. On this side, you go stop. Right foot, right hand. They don't stop, change it to a front stance, make them stop. Right hand comes up to your ear, back foot, left foot steps up, turn, swing across and block. Do it again. Now we're gonna dance. We're winning, so cross, and here's my dance move, spin, down block. Then, back foot, right foot, kick, right punch, left punch. I walk backwards, turn in place, same thing, protect the leg, back foot, left foot, kick, left, right punch. Going home, pick up my left foot, my front foot, turn back towards where I started, so I'm going to my left. If you're got a device face away from me, down block and punch. I'm gonna do that 4 times. That was once, I step forward, I do it again. Down block and punch on the same step. Now to make it fancier, I'm gonna kick, down block and punch. And I'll do it one more time. Kick, down block, hop, and key up. And paro, open, turn in place, step backwards. Okay. And if you haven't done really well, you can do it on your own and maybe try left-right mirroring. So instead of going left first, you go right first and do it. That was ill-drawn, but boom, do it the opposite direction. So everything you do with your right, you do with your left, etc. Like that. Okay. If you don't know this as well, don't mess it up. Just do samjang with me. We'll go a little faster. So 준비, take a samjang. Turn in place, kick them, and then do 2 punches. Whichever side kicks is the first one. Walk backwards, block, back foot, kick, land, 2 punches. Last one that punched, open, salute, turn to the front, chop. Get the other one ready, step forward and chop. Here they come. You're like, no, no, stop. Martial artist here, training, don't want to hurt you. Oh, you didn't listen. Change it to a front stance and punch. Turn the other way. Here comes somebody else. Didn't see your friend. Stop. Change it to front stance, make him stop. Start to walk forward. Nope, I want to go this way. Turn, block, step forward, block, dance move, cross, spin this way, down block, and you end up facing over here, kick, punch, punch. I walk backwards because I think I'm done, and I turn, nope, protect my leg, kick, again, punch, punch. Now I want to go home back towards where I started, so I take my front foot, turn, block and punch. That's once, I'm going to do it again, step forward, block and punch. Then I kick, do it again, block and punch, one more time, kick, block and hop, and paro. Open, turn, step backwards. Okay. So we got 5 minutes left. Let's finish up with some ways of standing up. So we have our 6 basic martial arts ways of standing up. I'll show those real quick, but most of you guys know them already. So I've got self-defense stand. I've also got backward roll to stand. If I want to go backwards, I've got figure 4 stand. I've got figure 4 to forward roll out of frame. And I've got left and right, left and right. I got trying not to roll over my microphone. Okay, so those are pretty cool and useful ways of standing up. Here's some ways that are more cool but less useful. So this is probably the easiest one. First, I'm just gonna be sitting cross-legged, push the edges of my feet into the ground. From here, I'm just gonna stand up, but my legs are crossed. So all I have to do is twist all the way around until I'm facing front, and then I can walk. So again, if I wanna go this way, I have to take an extra step. This way is easier. So if I wanna go backwards, say I wanna get up and walk over to that bike, I can just stand up and take a step. Whichever foot is crossed over, I don't know how to describe that, because they're both crossed over. But right now, my left leg, that's the one, I guess it's the one that's behind the other one. My left leg is behind this one. That's the one you're gonna step with. So if you sit cross-legged the other way, it would be your right foot. If I wanna go this way, I just add a little extra spin on my heel, and then I go that way. So if you wanna look cool when you're getting up, then, okay, I'm just gonna go over here, okay, and just start walking as you get up. All right. Another cool way of getting up, this one, we only have a couple minutes left. So this one is really, really, really hard, and I doubt you guys are gonna get this today, but I'll show you the basics of it. So it's called a kip up. A kip up is a way of eventually not even using your hands and getting up, not just a figure 4, it's kind of aerial. So the main thing I'm gonna do is this motion. I'm gonna rock back, get my hands under my shoulders, and then try and get my feet under my hips. So that's the most important part. And if you're trying to get it, that's step one, is just rocking back and then trying to get your feet tucked so your heels hit your butt, and try and get that as quickly as possible. Once you get that, you're gonna push your hands up. I'll show you an actual kip up. So I'm gonna rock back, tuck, push up with my hands to help me pop up. So that's the second part, is pushing off the ground and doing a crunch like this at the same time as my feet are tucking in. And this is usually one for people I know. It just kind of happens after you work out enough and you just get enough strength. I tried it for like 6 months when I was in college and couldn't get it, and then just tried again randomly a year later and I could do it. But the basics of it is that. So again, first part, lift your hips up and tuck your feet under. Second part is push off the ground. If your floor is really hard, then you might knock the wind out of yourself a little bit. If you do it on like a mattress or something, it might be better, but trying to push up with your hands, and then you add a crunch to that, and then you've got kip up. And then you can work on improving that until you can do it without hands at all. I don't know if I can do this, I haven't done it in a while. But then you just use your head and your foot motion and pop up that way, which is much harder. Don't try that until you've gotten the other one. Okay, another way of standing up that's cool and actually useful is the scissor stand, and that's gonna go like this. We do it on the side stand if you do the more advanced version, where I throw my leg straight, and the last second I tuck it and kick my leg over, and that's the basics. So whichever way I wanna get up, I throw my leg straight, and the last second I tuck and throw the other one. So I throw it and I tuck, and the main thing is I need to get over my knee. I'm throwing this leg over and pulling this leg in at the same time so that the weight of my leg pulls me over. And once I get that, it's just a matter of getting my toes under me and standing up. So let's try that. You can use your hands if you need to, but throw one leg straight, whichever side. The last second, tuck it and kick the other one over. And you want to do that last part as fast as you can and kick hard with this leg. And you just need to get here. If you can get up to kneeling, then you can go to standing. And again, use your hands if you need to get the feeling for it. You do the same thing the other way. If you want to go this way, throw your leg that way, tuck the other one, and kick up. The cool thing about this one is if your hands are busy, you can use this. Say I'm holding on to, I've got my precious yoga mat, and it's precious to me, but I need to get up. So no matter what you're holding, you can get up. And it's especially cool because you can get up pretty much any direction. You just throw your leg the way you want to go. I want to get up over there, so I just throw my leg over there and tuck my other one underneath. I want to get up that way. I'm just going to kick my leg over there, tuck, and you can pop up pretty much any direction. I want to go that way. I kick my leg over there, and then tuck it, and then you can get up any direction without using your hands. And then if you practice backward rolls enough, you can not use your hands there, just tuck your leg and roll back and use your rounded back. So my back is round, and you can put this foot, this is Aikido style, put your knee down, back is round, rock backwards and use your legs kicking up to help you get up. So then I can be walking with my yoga mat and I go down and then I stand up without using my hands at all. Okay. So there's some cool ways of getting up, some harder than others, some more useful than others, but we're out of time for this class, so facing me, cheerio, kanye. All right, if you're heading out, I'll see you next time.